Hello folks, I hope that IP822 is going according to plan. I wanted to take this opportunity to sort of go through some of my expectations for the end of term project and to point out some tips and some guidelines so that as you prepare the final document, that you are aware that this that there are documents already in the course that could provide you with assistance. So this is our course. Now what I wanted to point out is, if you go to modules and in the course homepage, there is a document right here, course signature assignment. So click on this document. Here you will find an outline of what we are expecting at the end of the term. So what am I looking for? I'm looking for an introduction to the proposed study. I'm looking for the background to the research problem. I'm looking for the practical problem, the research problem statement, the purpose statement, central research question, specific research questions. So here I know that this could be somewhat challenging for some folks, but in some cases you could have the central research question and sub questions, so that would suffice. Additionally, we are looking for potential significance of the study. So why does it matter? Why is the study important? Delineation and limitations. So discuss the limitations that you foresee and how you plan to manage them. For example, a limitation could be access to the specific sample, and knowing, for example, if you are studying a sample in a refugee camp where there is potential for the sample to be always moving in and out of the camp, that is a limitation. So then you would have to address how you plan to manage that limitation. Then the literature. So with the literature review, except for when you are doing grounded theory, I think it's important to really dig a little bit deeper. And by this I mean, don't just simply have two sentences saying, I looked at a study by John Peters. They were looking at migration patterns for people who are from Zimbabwe as they were migrating to other Southern African countries. Okay, that's good, but why is this important? How does it relate to your research topic? How does it relate to your current research project? So it's important to be able to tell your audience why you picked a specific article for review. Now, in terms of research methodology, we are also looking for a research paradigm. This is the philosophy. So what is your research philosophy? Go back to Cresswell, go back to the discussion, and see what this is about. Now, I think what's also important to remember is that you are not starting afresh. So you are basically taking all the pieces that we've been working on thus far. You're combining all of those pieces into a larger piece. So you are creating the final project based on what you have been working on. Now, some of you, obviously, as you read the literature, as you explore your topic, certain things might change. You might, for example, decide that instead of conducting a phenomenological study, you're going to focus more on a narrative study. That's okay, as long as you're able to provide a rationale for picking a specific design. That's absolutely okay. Or for example, the research questions could be tweaked a little bit. That's also fine to do. So the research design, this is the overall approach. For example, and we've talked about this particularly because we just completed an exercise on research designs. So the overall approach, whether it be a case study, whether it be a narrative or phenomenology. So that's what the research design is. Sampling. So identify a sampling criteria. How exactly do you plan to select those who are to participate? How many do you plan to use in your study? What are the limitations of that sampling strategy? Data collection. What exactly do you plan to consider to be your data? Is it pictures? What kind of pictures? Is it observational data? How would you be observing your sample? So provide a description of your process and steps in terms of data collection. The same applies to data analysis. It's very important for you to be able to do a step-by-step plan. For example, if you're going to be using grounded theory, look at some of the steps that are outlined in the discussion, particularly using Strauss and Corbin's approach. If it's other designs as well, you need to be able to provide a step-by-step approach. Ethical considerations. So here we are also looking for you to be able to tell us exactly how you plan to deal with some ethical concerns. Finally, the research report. So describe what the written report would look like. Explain how the written form is congruent with the research approach. So it's important to be able to consider all of these pieces. They are all equally important. So my expectation is that you're going to be able to take what you've been working on and complete the report using what you have worked on. Now, if there are any questions or concerns, please set up some time so that we can brainstorm. Send me an email. We could talk over Skype or go to meeting, or we could talk via email. But I think this is important for you to consider. Again, this document is available for you to download. It's in the course homepage. It's under modules. Another document that I think it's important to consider, not just for this class, but as you continue with research methods, whether it's for your dissertation or for other courses. If you go to announcements, there's a document that I provided a few weeks ago called Aligning Research Design. I'm going to stress that this is particularly an important piece of work. What it does, for example, it allows you to be able to align all the important pieces, starting with the problem statement. So what's the problem? Why is this important to consider studying? What would be the purpose of the study? The research questions, lit review, conceptual or theoretical framework, the overall approach or design, data collection. So it sort of gives you a framework that you could use to conceptualize any type of study, and then it goes into the nuts and bolts of research design. So it's an easy read, so I strongly recommend that you take that into consideration. With that said, my hope is that you'll be able to get some use from this. So let me know should you need any type of assistance or if you have any questions or concerns. Thank you.